let's get started here since I'm running a little late. That lighting is not good at all. The glare off my... Did that help? No. What's going on there? Don't know why that lighting's so weird today. All right, well, let's well, fortunately, I think it'll get better once we flip it over. All right, I can adjust this one a little. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Sun's shining today, so it's acting weird. Anyways, welcome to week 4. Can you believe it? It's week 4 already. Today we're going to draw for our project, and then we are going to make our Blue Heart Suncatcher kit. All right. So if you aren't catching us live, feel free to catch us on the replay. Love to know who's out there. Please say hello. I will also, when we flip over the camera, I'll remind you that we do have a sale going on through the 26th. It's one of those buy more, save more sales. So if you buy any item, you get 26% off because it's 2026. Okay. If you buy 2 items, you get 30% off. And you buy 3 or more items, you get 35% off. So this is, you know, way better than our, well, not way better, but it is better than my buy 2 get 1 free sale that I ran last year. All right. You can use coupons on the website. When I flip over, we'll show you those coupons. Or you can order directly from me by either commenting on a video, sending me a direct message at Desert Cat Creations. There's the ability to do that on our page. The website is in the about information of our page, and I will try to add it to this video. When I move it to YouTube, I'm trying to add these to YouTube as well. So all those ways work on getting getting your what you want and saving this saving money right now. So like I said, it'll go through the 16th. So I'm kind of celebrating that the Tucson time. So the Tucson Gem Show starts this week. That's gonna be exciting. I plan to be there Wednesday. Things start opening on Wednesday, and they'll run. Some of them run, you know, a couple of weeks into mid-February. Majority of them are done by around the 8th or well, I shouldn't say the majority. A lot of them are done, you know, in a week. So by next weekend. Well, like next weekend, things will be going strong. Weekend after that, things will start tapering off and start closing. So anyways, I do plan to hit several of those places, looking around, looking for things that will help go into our kits and you know, maybe our bead mixes and stuff for next year. So, but if you haven't gotten anything or you want more of something, now's the perfect time to get it. Hey, Marianica, thanks for joining me. Let's go ahead and jump into our drawing. I started a little late, and in case you can't see it, I am rooting for the Broncos today, so I got to get off because they start playing right after this video. So, all right, let's flip the camera. Yeah, see, the lighting's much better once we flip it over. All right, so just a reminder. This is our sale. So our website is desert-cat-creations.square.site. Okay. And if you put in New Year 26, you will save 26% off your order of one item. If you put more than one item in there and you use this code, you will only get 26% off of all of your items. Okay. If you put in double fun, you'll get 30% off. You have to get 2 or more items, and they have to, I think, be $26 or more. Actually, maybe not. $24 or more. Anyways, double fun, 30% off. And then bundle 35 will get you 35% off if you buy 3 or more. There is a minimum dollar amount that those 3 items have to meet in order to get this coupon through the website. Now, if you contact me directly, I will work with you and get you that 35% off. But it's very difficult to make adjustments after the fact on the website. So just so you know. So, New Year 26, 26% off. Double fun, 30% off. Double bundle 35, get you 35% off. And if you're on Facebook, in our group, or I think the pictures went out on Instagram, I have some pictures of some, recommended bundles if you want to do a bundle. But like I said, you can combine any items to make your order of multiple items. And just a reminder, so we are making the Blue Suncatcher kit today, which I don't have a sample of because we hadn't made it yet. All of these Heart Suncatcher kits are in limited supplies. So these are the 2 newest kits. This is the Purple Heart Suncatcher kit, and this is the Magic Purple. But it's also, vitriol, I think is what they called it on when Swarovski was making those pretty crystals. It's very pretty. It's a green and purple combination. This one's more purple and blue. And this the purple kit coordinates perfectly with our crystals from our Violet Dream Mix, as well as, our Prickly Pear Ornament Kit, as well as the Prickly Pear statue itself. All right. I think I do have one of the Pink Suncatcher kits yet left. These ones are $12. The others are $10. Right now I'm limited because I do not have a whole bunch of big hearts, but I'm hoping to grab some more hearts this week. So I will let you guys know. But this one's $12. It has more components in it and some expensive crystals. So I don't think I have enough of these other crystals. So like I said, I did find one in my group. And today's look is going to be along the design of this pink one here. All right. So let me know if you're interested in any of those. So let's do our drawing for week 4, and then we will jump into our making our project. So if you're new to Bead Stash Challenge, it's a series of cards which help boost your creativity. We currently have 5 decks available. The decks are meant to build off of the first deck. So the deck 1 is where you want to start if you're new to it. And it's got some general things, and basically it contains cards with 3 different purposes. And the combinations of these cards will help boost you and help you with your design challenge. So like if you're one of those people that has a big pile of beads and you don't know where to start, these cards can be great because it can, help get you started on what to make. So I do have all 5 of my decks shuffled in together. We have the deck 1, we have the non-jewelry and findings deck, we have the color deck, we have the sun and sea deck, which is all things beachy, and we have the Southwest desert Southwest, expansion deck, which is a lot of things from the desert Southwest, which includes, Arizona, where I'm located, New Mexico, California, Texas, in parts of Colorado even. So anyways, all of those can be combined to help you make your projects a little more interesting. So anyways, what are we going to make this week? We are going to make a charm bracelet. All right. That's always fun. So our second type of cards we use is our use cards. Now, like I said, I have all the decks, but basically once I do the drawing, I set them aside until we run out of the cards, and then I reshuffle them and we start over again. Okay. So my use deck is a little short right now because we've been you know, setting those aside. We recently turned over the make deck, so it's pretty full. Okay. You can draw as many used cards as you want. I recommend 3, but if you only want to draw 1, that's fine too. All right, we're going to use memory wire in your design. That's interesting. I haven't drawn the memory wire card in a while. All right. We're going to use bead caps or cones in our design. All right. And we are going to use a challenge bead in your design. Okay, challenge beads. So this card is not in any of the decks. You get the challenge bead card by buying a bag of what I'm calling challenge beads. And what a challenge bead is it might be an interesting shape. Every bag is different, by the way, just so. An interesting shape, an interesting size. You know, maybe a top drilled. I have these spikes. So there's all sorts of things that you'll find in your challenge bead pile. So that's going to be it'll be really interesting to decide what we use, because on memory wire, that's going to make it even more of a challenge. But if you're interested, you know, the challenge bead packs are part of our sale. Those run $12, and you get a card and a bag of beads, okay? The majority of my bead mixes are $12. The only one that's more is the Violet Dreams mix, which has a bunch of different sizes and shapes that are pretty much in this color here. The reason it costs more is because I had to special order that, and there's a bunch of sizes. I got those through Beadoria, but it was a special order, so many of the sizes I have are not available through that website. You have to get them through me right now. So, all right, so our third kind of card is our challenge cards. This adds a theme or some sort of design aspect we have to do in our design. And this one is always an extra added challenge, is designing something for a child. All right, so that's our design aspect. So, you know, obviously we have to make something a little more smaller, you know, more kid friendly. So that'll be fun. We'll see what we come up with. All right. And we are almost out of challenge cards. Look, in 3 weeks, we are going to flip our deck over and start over with everything. Hey, Janelda. All right, so this week, on Thursday at noon, I am not going to any jump shows on Thursday. I'm going to be here with you guys at noon. Noon Mountain Time, that is. We're going to make a charm bracelet. We're going to use bead caps or cones. We're going to use a challenge bead, and we're going to use memory wire in our project. And it's going to be designed for a child. So who knows what that's going to look like. So I hope everybody out there is staying warm and safe from all those storms that are going around. We have had a lot of rain here the last few days, but it's a nice day today. A little cool, but it's nice. All right, so if you bought the Blue Suncatcher kit, it includes a big heart, what I would consider like a medium heart, right? You will get one of these triangle blue crystals. And then you will get 2 other blue crystals. They may be different shapes because I just used what I had in the color. So each one is different. And then you'll get some metal pewter spacers and a metal pewter heart bead. And then you'll also get a little bag of seed beads. Okay. These are size 8s, I think. Yeah. And then, you know, so I don't provide written instructions with the with the heart sun catchers, because I think, you know, you can make them however you want to put your crystals together, okay? Like I said, I'm going to do something like this one today. We're going to actually string it on soft flex. You're working on your blue suncatcher, okay. So you'll have to share a picture, especially if you make something different than I'm going to make. But I strung this one on soft flex, and this one was actually designed because of the cards that I drew, okay? So we're going to draw one on, or do this blue one on soft flex. It's going to be very similar to that. And I think I have 4 blue suncatcher kits available. I was able to make a couple more, but at the moment that's it, because I have lots of these triangle ones, but I do not have the other blue crystals. All right, so I think my thought was, and let me zoom a little bit without. So I like to put my big crystal at the top. And then I'm thinking I'm going to put this triangle at the bottom, all right? So, you know, since this is smaller, it could go down here, or it can be used as a spacer in between those. Like, you know, you could do that. That's kind of cute. Now, I went with the idea that this heart was a spacer bead, which is why you only get 3, and I honestly really didn't probably plan that out. I probably should have given you 4, and maybe I did put 4 in the kit. I only have 3 in my kit. I think that may be what I'm gonna string up today. What do you think? You're gonna put your heart at the bottom? Okay. Like I said, I think, you know, everybody should make these whatever layout works for them. And like I said, since it's different crystals are slightly different. The rest of the bag is the same. You can kind of do what you want, but so to hang the bottom one, I'm gonna have to put something. Okay, Janella, thanks for that feedback. Did I include those in the Western mix? You may have extras. I may have to pull one out. Which really isn't fair, but it does mean I can add them. To the remaining kits. Sometimes I put in extras over what I use in case somebody who's clumsy like me drops something. So I think we'll put one at the top. So I think if you use this as a spacer bead is what I originally thought, it actually works with just the 3. So, but I think since I'm going to put the other heart in the middle. All right, so I'm just stringing this onto my soft flex. I'm using turquoise today because of, you know, we're working with blue, and I think this is just such a happy blue. I really hope I can find more crystals in this color. I actually got all these blue crystals at the gem show last year, so we'll see what they have this year, but I think they might have been like a closeout, right? So, all right, so that's what I was thinking of stringing up my Blue Suncatcher. Now, since we're using soft flex and not using like a head pin or something down here at the bottom, what I'm going to do is pull my wire so I have, you know, definitely enough to go back up. But you have some options here. So one would just be to put one bead, and it basically works as a head pin, and you go around the bead, so the bead is going to end up sideways. Or you can do what I did here and make a little loop, which you could then, you know, dangle something else from if you wanted to. So these were bigger beads, but I think we're just going to use the single one. So then what I'm going to do is, so I've got this one bead on here. I'm going to go back up through the triangle bead. And we just kind of pull that up, and you end up with just kind of a little knob in there, right? Now let's make sure I have this long enough. I do. Okay. And now I'm just going to string this loose end back up through everything. Like I said, this is a really quick project if you use soft flex. If you do wires like I did on the other ones, it's going to take you a little longer. Okay, so there we have what it looks like on soft flex. And you know, it'll wiggle. So now you can decide, you know, I included these beads, but you don't have to use them. My idea is that I would do a hanger like this, which I think I am going to do, but you could just as easily make a small loop that you could then put a ribbon through. Okay, I am including ribbon with these two Suncatcher kits. The ribbon does give you a little more flexibility on where you hang it, right? So, and then, you know, you need to decide how big you want the loop. So, you know, I think that loop might be a little small. So I think we'll use the other one to, I'm going to pull this back a little just so I don't, so I don't waste extra. Okay. All right, so let's cut I don't know, what am I cutting, about 4 inches? Yeah, I think I'm cutting about 5 inches here. And then I am going to put a crimp bead on here, and I am going to put both wires through the crimp bead. Now if I wanted to, I could do 2 crimps. I could do one right there and one on the loop, but I think I'm going to just do one. So let's just string some of these beads on here. Okay. You know, and if you wanted, we could, as long as everything's nice and tight on here, I think, no, you can't. I was going to say, I thought these would fit through 2 strands, but they won't. It's fine. So just keep stringing these until you get to the length you want for your loop. I tried to make it a big enough loop, you know, that, I don't know what I tried to give you enough for, I think about the same size loop that we have on the pink one. I don't know that I kept my cords long enough though, so. So, you know, that might be a big enough loop. I'll put just a couple more on, just I want to make sure I have, you know, wire. All right, so I'm using gravity to make sure everything's pushed down to the bottom. And then I'm pushing these down, and I'm going to, and you may have to pull it up a little bit to get your wire through there. I'll actually pull it through this bead. Remember, you kind of have to like push your bead down as you make room, or your crimp down. Now, I'm pushing this down so it's fairly tight, but I may have to loosen it up because you want, you know, it's a Suncatcher. You want it to swing a little, right? But you can decide how much of the wire you want showing. I used nice colorful wire, so, you know, I'm okay with some of it, but this is always the hardest part, is getting everything tightened up so you can do your crimp, right? All right, I'm gonna do one more tug on there, and then see if my magic crimper will fit in there. without breaking any beads. Just barely. All right. So doing our ravioli. Janelda, did you do yours on soft flex, or did you use wire for your sun catcher? All right, now I'm just twisting around. I kind of crushed that a little. That's all right. Most people aren't going to see it because the nice flashy crystals are going to distract them when the sun is bouncing off of them. So, all right, now I'm trimming these. Make sure you don't trim the wrong one. All right. So there we go. We've got our blue sun catcher. Like I said before, I think this is just, it's such a happy blue. It makes me makes me smile. Like I said, I'm hoping I can find more crystals and more hearts, but that's going to be really fun, hanging in the window, sparkling away. Yay. You have 18 gauge on your big heart and going to try some nylon coated aqua colored wire. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, like I said, I like them both with using string and using the soft flex. So there's our fun. Woohoo! All right. So let's flip the camera. Really don't know why I'm getting such a strange effect from the windows today. Fortunately, the sun angles change pretty rapidly. So anyways, so Thursday we will be back at noon. We will make our charm bracelet using bead caps, a challenge bead, memory wire, and designing it for a child. So that'll be our challenge. I was going along with it for a while, but we'll see how that goes. Okay. Looking forward to showing you what I come up with. Oh, look, we are getting some sun rays off of that because my sun is shining in my window apparently. All right. So again, the kits, the sale runs through the 16th. If you want to add anything to your sale, you can get that 35% off if you get 3 or more items. If there's, like I said, I have, I think 4 of this kit left. And I also have limited numbers right now on the other heart kits. Again, my limits are caused because I need to get more hearts. All right. But for the moment, there's, I think, 5 of this one, the purple one, and 5 or 6 of, well, actually there isn't 6 because I've already sold 2 of these, but there's 4 left. All right, and like I said, I think I found one of the pink sun catchers that I forgot that I had. So those are what's currently available. And any of our other kits, cards and bead mixes are available through the sale as well. So let me know if what you're interested in. And I hope you guys all have a great week. I'm going to go cheer on the Broncos and hope that they actually can win with their backup quarterback. But you know, either way, it'll be fine. It'll hopefully be a good game to watch. Hope all of you have power and electricity and stay warm during this weekend of cold, icy weather across much of the U.S. Like I said, we're in the 60s today. It's been raining the last couple days. Gem show weather is supposed to be mid 60s, maybe up to 70 at least for this week. They haven't forecasted out, so, but not a lot of rain, so that'll be good for those traveling here. And hopefully I'll have some reports of seeing some of the people around that you know, everybody follows on Facebook. So all right, if you haven't already, please like and follow us, Desert Cat Creations on Facebook and Instagram. I realize I don't play on Instagram nearly as much because sometimes it won't let me do things, you know, like you can't put links, you can't put you can't put things to get messages to you. So these are all features that Facebook has that it won't let me do. But then all of the videos are preserved over on YouTube. And you can message me there as well. I have been trying to link them back when I post the projects so that it makes them easier to find if you're not on YouTube. But if you haven't already, please subscribe to us on YouTube. We do have a growing community there, and I am going to do a live broadcast on there soon and see how that goes. I think there I can't switch the camera in the middle, so I either have to do the whole thing from one direction, or you know, you really have to finagle it to get the camera. So like if I start like this, when I flip it over, I can't see any of the comments, right? So if I'm doing a live on YouTube, just so you know, there are some weird things, but it's fine for showing projects and stuff. So, all right, as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks again for following us. And like I said, if you're interested in any of our products, now's your chance to get them between now and the 16th of February. Okay. And any questions on, you know, how to do something, where to find something, any of that stuff, just message me directly and I will try to get back to you as quickly as I can. Hope you all have a great week. Stay safe, and I will see you on Thursday.